Hello and welcome. Chris from Missouri here, bringing you another video about vintage baseball cards. In this video, I'm going to show you some really cool cards, at least I think they are, in this exercise that I'm doing here on YouTube, and I'll tell you about it. But I first want to introduce my sponsors of this video. They're my sponsors. They just don't know they're my sponsors. It's a couple channels I want you to go over there and take a look at. But first of all, I want the first sponsor of this is Drew Vintage Cheap Shots. Now, Drew, he's obligated now that he's a sponsor to perform his duties of getting me paid somehow. I don't know how that's going to be, but he's a sponsor. Another one I saw a video come up. Hadn't seen a video in a little bit, but Peter B is sponsoring this video, and he just doesn't know he's a sponsor yet. And last but not least, the ones that probably will that I'm charging the most to be my sponsors are Four Collectors. Get over there, subscribe to all their channels. Great guys, great channels, and they do good work for the community. But speaking of Four Collectors, I want to thank them for allowing me to be on Hobby Palooza with Mike Baseball Collector and Dom and Jake on two different shows, and both of those shows were fun. Now, they're not a sponsor, but, go over there and click on their channels too. But I had a wonderful time. It was, I appreciate the fact that I got to spend time this past weekend just watching Hobby Palooza, and we raised plenty of money. Not plenty of money, but we raised a lot of money for signatures for soldiers. And, man, it was a good time. And so I want to thank Four Collectors for doing such a great job. Now, you're going to have to follow me just a little bit on this and maybe use your imagination, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to articulate what I mean. But tonight, during a ball game, the Royals have called up Rich Hill. Now, Rich Hill, he's been a very steady pitcher in the major leagues, but he's 45 years old. And I think the Royals are trying to catch a little bit of lightning in a bottle as they're going down the stretch and filling some pitching holes. But Rich Hill, in his latter part of the career, has kind of been like this. He's been picked up late by players or teams to help with pennant runs and to eat up some innings. And, again, he's 45 years old, and it got me to thinking, when did he debut? And he debuted in 2005. Now, I took that and I thought, okay, who was exiting about that time? Who was leaving Major League Baseball about that time that had a long career? And I've done this exercise in my mind before and on paper to try to connect players today in a systematic timeline going backwards to the start of Major League Baseball. Now, I know if you look up and Google the start of Major League Baseball, it'll tell you like 1867 or 1866, and that is true. They had to have teams before then, but they started this Major League Baseball and they kept records and all that stuff. But I kind of look at it like it really hit when Cap Anson became a Major League Baseball player, and so I try to draw a connection from Rich Hill all the way back to Cap Anson. And that's a lot of decades, right? But it can be done in less than, 8 players. And I love this little activity that I did, and I want to share some cards with you. Now, I don't have a Rich Hill card. I probably do in some kind of sets or something, but not ready for me to get out and stuff. Not at my ready. But I do have a Justin Verlander, and Justin Verlander has pitched here in 2025, and he debuted in 2005. Now, I'm not going to show just rookie cards, but this is Justin Verlander's card, and I'm getting ready to send this in the mail to a lucky winner of a drawing over Hobby Palooza. Now, Justin Verlander went from 2025 to his debut in 2005. Well, a person that was getting close to the end of their career is Roger Clemens. Now, Roger Clemens ended his career in 2007, so he was kind of connected with Justin Verlander. They played in the league at the same time together. Now, Roger, he was a great pitcher and everything, and he debuted in 1984. And you guys remember probably going after his rookie card and stuff. And I love this card here, and this is 1985 Donruss. Now, Roger Clemens debuted in 84 and ended in 2007, so he's connected to Justin Verlander. So connected to Roger Clemens, I could have chose two players here. I could have chose Rusty Staub, who debuted in 63 and played in 1985, and at the same time that Roger Clemens was, but so did Pete Rose. And I'm not getting, I tell you what, I don't get tired of showing a Pete Rose card every once in a while. Now, like I say, Pete Rose played in 63 and was connected to Roger Clemens, playing about the same time period. So the guy that was exiting in 1963 is Stan Musial. So he's kind of connected to Pete Rose, right, by the timeline. And Stan Musial, look at this Red Heart card. Is that not beautiful? So he actually played same time that Pete Rose did. Now, I'm pretty confident of that, but if I make a mistake, just understand my activity is supposed to be for fun. But let me show this to you one more time. 1963 Red Heart Stan Musial. Now, Stan Musial came into the league in 1941 and, was a great player. And a guy that was exiting about that time was leaving baseball, and he left baseball in 1942, so he played in the same time period as Stan Musial. And that's none other than Charlie Gehringer. Look at this. 1938 Big Head card with scribbles. Isn't that a beautiful card? Love that card. Now, Charlie Gehringer left in 42, about the same time that Stan Musial started, but he debuted in 1924. Now, there's a lot of players I could have picked on this, and that's five cards so far from today going backwards, and we're already back to 1924. But a guy that was exiting, and he exited, I believe, in 1928. But like I say, I could have picked other players, was none other than Ty Cobb. And look at this Willard's Chocolate Ty Cobb. Beautiful card. Oh man, every time I look at this card, I love it. Well, Ty Cobb was leaving, or Charlie Gehringer was leaving the same time that Ty Cobb left, right? And no, I'm sorry. Charlie Gehringer was starting out the same time Ty Cobb was leaving. But Ty Cobb debuted in 1905. And a player that was playing in 1905, matter of fact, he played until 1911. I just want to show you this beautiful card of Cy Young. Beautiful card. Now, Cy Young came into play in 1890. At that time, and I don't have his card, Cap Anson was coming into the league. Cap Anson was retiring in 1897, so they played in the league together for 7 years. And Cap Anson started his career in 1871, and that's roughly the start of Major League Baseball in my eyes. Now, you can do this. You can do this yourself and see how you can connect. But that's 8 different players. For the long history of baseball, we can say Verlander and Clemens was in the league together. Clemens and Rose and Musial and Gehringer and Cobb and Cy Young, and Cy Young all the way back to Cap Anson. I hope you understood what I was trying to get with that. and I enjoyed getting those cards out. Now I have the daunting task of putting all my cards back away, not just those, but the cards I had out at Hobby Palooza. And I don't believe I'm going to be attending the National this year, but I'll probably do another video before the National. But I might take a little bit of a break while everybody's gone. Not everybody, but some of my friends are gone. And but if I get a chance to go, I'm going to sneak out and go to the National. Now, be available to watch some of the videos from the National if you're not going, and maybe they can show something that might entice you to want to go, because it's a great event. It's the Super Bowl of card shows, and if you enjoy going to big card shows, you'll still be overwhelmed if you get a chance to go to this. Now, guys, remember, Drew Vintage Cheap Shots, Peter B Cards, and Four Collectors are my sponsors. Give them a like. All three great channels. But guys, remember, this is just a hobby. Collect what you like.